Hi guys, Eastern Ontario. Okay, why are my plants so nice? Well, there you go, I'll tell you why. Ah, boy! This is why. Nice compost, fresh grass clippings, some broccoli left from the garden. Anyway, all mixed. When I do a fire, I bring my ashes in here and burn. And I got wood scrap, leaves that falls from this tree. And man, there's lots of raspberries this year. Full of raspberries this year. We made so much jam. Wild raspberries. And sweet. And they stay healthy because, well, I guess this pile of compost there. But this pile of compost I wouldn't put in my garden because I mix all kinds of shit in this one. It's say it's not uncontaminated. It's still a little contaminated, you know. Hey, everything's in here. Meat, product. We just dump it all. My old barrel is getting rusted again. Gotta paint it. This one is more clean. Those are my table scrap, like my veggies and all well, potatoes, I guess, and whatever that's got to decompose from the garden. But it's clean, very, very clean compost. This one I use, like you say, like you see, the barrel is almost empty. But this one I use in the garden. Why? Well, like potatoes. It's nice compost. No contamination in this one. It's like my worm composting. This one is basically just an old 45 gallon with a rod through it. And hey, shake it once in a while, put your table scraps, and you got yourself some nice compost for the garden. The other one I use for the trees a lot. All our trees. But the garden, very nice garden, is because of this one. And worm compost. Now let's show you what I do with this also. I extract the juice from this, or I make compost tea. I'll show you what I do inside. Won't go into details, there's lots of videos about it. But people around my house and people around here, and now they can see my video about how I get my everything so green and nice. The garden. So much food in there. Go see my other video. But yeah, basically love composting. Now let's go see about composting juice or tea or whatever you want to call it. There's the garden, very healthy. We're gonna have some beets, cucumbers, everything's done. We've been eating lettuce like crazy. We had a row of 2 rows of broccoli and all. Strawberries are over. Didn't have a good year of strawberries, but everything else came up. All right, see you soon, guys. As I was saying, everything is nice and green. You know, still flowering. These ones are coming out. This one already flowered, so this was starting to flower. Well, flowering and starting to die too. This one got a little disease, but all in all, you know, everything's nice and healthy. Trees are nice and green. And basically, that's because of the little compost and my tea. Let's show you my tea. Oh yeah, they're healthy for a nice, strong summer. It's hot. All the trees there are good. So, and around the house, these are just small ones. We're going to take them out this year, and next year we'll put the big ones back. We were just starting these, but usually that's what they look like. But those are the bigger type. That's the miniature type. So, but yeah, most of the things are beautiful, always flowering, and you know, this one's almost done flowering. Depending where you put them in the sun, eh? Alright guys, I'm back. Now this is why. Now this will work, okay? But if you got good earth, a good mixing of the soil, this will work even better, okay? Because this, yes, there's our nutrients in there, but basically those are the microbes. And the microbes and the fungi, everything's in there, that takes the nutrients and brings it to the plant. So if the nutrients in the soil, good. But more bacteria that you got in the soil, more your plant will feed, or the bacteria will feed, because the bacteria will feed off the sugars from the plant, and the bacteria in return will give, or with the bacteria, give what the plant needs to the roots anyway, nutrients. But this thing, the compost tea that I make, I've been making for 3 years, and now people are asking me around here, what do I do? Well, this is what I do. A little bit of compost tea, and I use my worm castings. I used, and yes, I do have a circulator pump in it. Some people just put air. I make it circulate. I just did this brew this morning, and it's doing very well. It'll be done in 24, 48 hours. That's when I finish brewing. I put the worm casting, a bat guano, a seaweed, kelp. You can read about it, or you can look at videos about it. I just want to make a video showing that that's what I do to get my green so green. But also with a nice earth. You know, you need that earth. If that composting or the earth is not in there, then you just won't have the same result. This would help, but you just won't have the same result. You can spray it on the leaves too, and it helps with insects. And I didn't do one of my strawberries this year, and I paid the price. I see it now. Sometimes you want to save time or try different things, but this is the best thing for me. But like I say, you need great earth. And back to my recipe, it's worm compost, guano, bat, sometimes seabird guano, kelp, seaweed extracts. I got agriculture limestone. That's all things that feed the bacteria in there. The oxygen for the bacteria. And what else did I use? All molasses, you know, old grandmama molasses. What else? Some of my compost outside, not the one on the ground, but the one in the barrel. It's good to have a different kind of compost. Try to stay away from, like, compost from animals are good, but they got some disadvantage. Instead of going in details, I'll go read about it, but this is what I do. Compost tea. 2 kinds of bag guano also. Always remember, you always go to rich in nitrogen and the growth, flowering, and not flowering, but I mean foliage, lots of leaves, root making, potash. And if you want to go in the bloom, then you change the guano to a high phosphorus, and you can bring down the nitrogen to almost nothing, and some of the potash is good also. And anyway, do like me, read books, and if you want a healthy garden, healthy trees, hey, go mycobacteria, you'll get it. All right, guys, this is what I do. I hope you enjoyed this one. Look at a nice brew. This will be done tomorrow, and I will feed the plants. See you later. Hey guys, Eastern Ontario. Well, at the end of the video, or at the end of this video, I just wanted to show you, this is what it's supposed to look like, okay? See all the microbacteria in here? It's full of them. It's nice and foamy, and that's why I got the circulation pump. I also have an air pump, but I got a circulation pump too, and it really makes that foam up, and that really tells you that the microbes or the bacteria are really multiplying. So, smells very good, doesn't smell rotten. Again, for recipe, I use my worm castings, seaweed extracts, agricultural lime, That's all to feed the bacteria, the molasses. 2 kinds of compost, the bag guano and my compost in my barrel. Bag guano high in nitrogen in fall, in spring, and I get the bloom high in phosphorus in bloom at the end of the year. But that's what makes my green so green, and my plants so alive and looking well. So I encourage everybody to do it. Compost tea. Mix it up the way you want. Don't worry about it. Fairly easy. And you'll see a difference on your plants. I'm absolutely sure. Alright. This batch is done. It's time to feed my girls. Bye. Hey guys, Eastern Ontario. Well, the garden's doing very well. And because of my compost and my compost tea. But I just want to show you, that's all my beads. Or my fave. I think it's beets in English. Look at the size of these fuckers. Okay. So it really works. Although this year we had problems with, they call it destructive beetle. It's called sulfur beetle or something like that. And man, do they eat plants. Like, that's what happened to my strawberries. But I didn't get the strawberries spraying them with the compost tea. We tried something else, and next year I think we're going back to compost tea. There's my result. Wasn't a good year in strawberries, but I've heard a lot of people happen. But the rest of my garden's phenomenal. Cucumbers, the tomatoes were only what, the 14th, 15th. I can't remember what date are we now. We're on the 17th of June, so we still got lots to go. But I'll show you my 5, and the string beans are going up all the way. And but this plant was really ruined, okay, because it gets eaten by the bugs. But this, I sprayed it so much with the vermicompost and my vermi tea and whatever, my compost tea, and these little plants there, almost nothing there, see? But look at the 5 on this, man. It's like, it's full of bell 5 like this. Full of them. That's a small little plant right here. Look at this. There's about 20 of them on this little plant right here. One little plant. Crazy, everywhere. So now I got a lot of picking to do, as you can see. They really came out. Look at this little plant. Look how much there is on this one. So small. This same thing. They didn't grow high, but man, they really sprue out a lot of beets. So, compost tea, just to finish off, does wonders for a garden. Next year, back to the strawberry for sure. And well, anyway, this is what I'm picking now. There's a little bit weeds too, because the earth is so healthy that you get the weeds at the same time. You just can't keep up sometimes. But they just take over. Look at all the flowers. Beautiful. So we still got beets or the fave for a very long time. Look at this yellow one. Okay. Isn't that beautiful? So some good eating for a long time. So anybody's not convinced about what compost tea and compost can do to your garden, and okay, this is not a Snoopy there. That's a 5, that's a bean. So no Snoopy. That's a real bean. How big it is. Okay, so anyway, you saw the compost tea. This is what I want to finish with. So I got all this, and I got all this, and all this, and all that. And there's as you can see, a lot of beans here, or beets, or no, beets or betteraves. So I think it's beans. So les fèves, these anyway. Have a good day. And if you got the chance or the time to compost, do it. It's really, really worth it. Alright, see you guys.